You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we explore how to secure small wireless networks by using basic Wi-Fi settings and protections. Many homes and small businesses rely on wireless connectivity, making it essential to understand how to defend against unauthorized access and digital eavesdropping. We'll explain key terms like SSID, WPA2, and wireless keys, while emphasizing how to recognize secure versus insecure configurations. This content is part of Domain 6 of the Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam. On the ITF Plus exam, you may encounter questions that describe a network setup and ask whether it is secure. You might also be asked to define terms like WPA3 or explain the role of a guest network. While the exam does not include router interface navigation or hardware configuration, it does test your awareness of what makes a wireless network secure and what signs indicate a vulnerable or misconfigured system. Recognition is the goal, not technical implementation. A wireless network uses radio signals to connect devices without the need for physical cables. Routers or access points broadcast a wireless signal, allowing laptops, phones, printers, and other devices to join the network. These networks are found in nearly every environment, from homes and schools to retail spaces and offices. Because of their convenience and broad use, securing these wireless networks is a fundamental IT responsibility. One of the first terms to know is SSID, which stands for Service Set Identifier. This is the name that appears when your device scans for nearby Wi-Fi networks. The SSID helps users identify which network to connect to. Routers typically broadcast this name by default, and in many cases, users can rename it to something unique. Hiding the SSID is also possible, but it's usually more important to secure the network than to hide it. Changing the default SSID is a simple yet important security step. Default SSIDs often reveal the brand or model of the router, which could help attackers identify known vulnerabilities. Renaming the SSID helps personalize the network, reduces confusion with neighbors using similar equipment, and discourages attacks based on router brand targeting. While it doesn't encrypt data, it's a good first move in strengthening visibility and control. Wireless networks are secured using encryption protocols, commonly referred to as WPA, WPA2, or WPA3. These stand for Wi-Fi Protected Access, and each version improves upon the last. WPA2 is the minimum standard recommended for most environments, offering strong encryption and stability. WPA3 is newer and offers additional security features, especially for public and high-risk networks. The exam may ask which protocol encrypts Wi-Fi traffic or distinguish between outdated and modern standards. A secure Wi-Fi network also requires a strong password, sometimes called a wireless key or passphrase. This password is required to connect to the network and should be long, unique, and not easily guessed. It is important to note that this password is separate from the router's administrative password, which controls settings. The wireless key specifically protects access to the internet connection and local network resources. Open networks are those that do not require a password to join. They offer no encryption, meaning anyone within range can connect and view unprotected data. These are sometimes used in public spaces like coffee shops or airports, but they present a major security risk. Secured networks, on the other hand, use WPA2 or WPA3 protocols and require a password, making them the preferred choice for any network handling personal or business data. MAC address filtering is a feature that allows a router to control which devices are allowed to connect based on their hardware identifier. While this can provide an additional layer of control, it's not foolproof. MAC addresses can be spoofed by determined attackers. Still, for small networks, it offers a useful way to limit access to known devices. The ITF Plus exam may mention MAC filtering as part of a security setup, but will not go into technical depth. Guest networks are another valuable security tool for small environments. They create a separate access point that allows visitors to use the Internet without gaining access to the main network or its devices. This keeps personal files, printers, and administrative tools protected. Guest networks are common in homes, offices, and customer-facing environments like waiting rooms or restaurants. The exam may describe a guest scenario and ask why this setup is more secure. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Recognizing insecure wireless configurations is a key part of the ITF Plus exam. Common signs of poor security include leaving the default SSID and password unchanged, using outdated encryption methods like WEP, or setting the network to open mode with no password required. These setups expose the network to unauthorized access and increase the risk of data theft, surveillance, or malicious device connections. Questions on the exam may describe these configurations and ask whether they are secure. You may be presented with scenario-based questions such as, a network requires no password to join. What type of network is this? The correct answer is an open and insecure network. Another question may describe a user changing their SSID and setting WPA2 encryption, which would be considered a secure setup. Understanding these differences helps you choose the right answer when asked to evaluate or compare wireless configurations. Weak Wi-Fi settings can lead to serious security issues. Attackers who connect to an unsecured network can access shared files, monitor network traffic, or even install malware on devices. Some may hijack the network to perform illegal activities using the victim's internet connection. Poorly configured routers are also vulnerable to attacks that change their settings or redirect users to fake websites. These threats highlight the need to apply even basic security features like encryption and strong passwords. It's also important to know what the exam does not cover. You will not be asked to log into a router interface, configure firewall rules, or change DHCP settings. The ITF Plus exam avoids advanced configuration tasks and instead focuses on user-level awareness. Your responsibility is to recognize which features contribute to secure wireless access and which features, or lack of features, represent a vulnerability. In real-world environments, these concepts are often applied during initial home Wi-Fi setup or when helping others secure their networks. Users may rename their SSID, enable guest access for visitors, or use a complex passphrase for the wireless key. In small businesses, IT support staff may help set up WPA2 or WPA3, disable WPS, and ensure that routers do not use factory default credentials. Understanding these practices reinforces security literacy across everyday IT scenarios. This topic also links to earlier episodes and broader security principles. Wireless encryption connects directly to the idea of data in transit and confidentiality. Secure Wi-Fi helps protect credentials, web traffic, and communications from being intercepted. It complements device-level protections like anti-malware and firewalls, and works alongside safe browsing practices. Together, these tools contribute to a multi-layered approach to defending systems and users. Wireless security in public environments is another theme that may appear on the exam. Open networks at cafes, airports, or hotels often offer no encryption, making them unsafe for handling sensitive information. If users must connect to public Wi-Fi, best practices include avoiding banking or shopping tasks and using a VPN to encrypt the connection. The ITF Plus exam may reference these scenarios to highlight the risks and protections involved in unsecured environments. As part of the exam prep, review wireless terms and their roles in securing networks. SSID refers to the network name. WPA2 and WPA3 are encryption protocols that protect traffic. A wireless key is the password used to access the network. MAC filtering controls which devices can connect. Guest networks provide a limited access space for visitors. Matching these terms to their correct functions will help you answer questions that ask for tool identification or usage examples. The emphasis on wireless security reflects how common Wi-Fi access has become. In both personal and professional environments, users often take wireless availability for granted, not realizing that weak configurations open the door to security problems. A few basic settings, like enabling WPA2, changing the default SSID, and using a strong password, can prevent many common attacks. The ITF Plus exam reinforces these habits to promote smarter, more secure IT behavior. To summarize, securing a small wireless network involves enabling WPA2 or WPA3 encryption, changing the default SSID, and setting a strong wireless password. Additional options like guest networks and MAC filtering can enhance control, but are secondary to encryption and access protection. The Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam tests your ability to recognize safe and unsafe configurations, not to manage router settings. Knowing these terms and practices supports strong foundational knowledge in wireless security. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.